Hey guys, Matt Henderson here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of the Techno Buzz Lightyear. This Buzz was made in 1999 by Mattel, and it released for the Toy Story 2 toy line. So first, I'm going to talk about the box. So this box is pretty nice. It has this nice two-tone design going where the bottom half is this red color and the top half is blue. It has this large see-through plastic which allows you to see the figure really nicely. And here's what the side looks like. Not much on the side, just a Toy Story 2 logo at the top. And on the back, we have, this is a prototype of the figure, and there are a few differences from the actual figure. On the back of the box, it looks a lot shinier, and there are a few differences. The head looks a bit different, and then there's also these holes on these circle parts on his arms. And I think there's a few other differences. I'll show those when we get to this part of the box. But yeah, this figure is very interesting. This figure is actually based off of a concept for what would become Utility Belt Buzz. This Buzz was based off of the Ultra Buzz Lightyear concept. That's why it has similarities to Utility Belt Buzz, but it's not actually the Utility Belt Buzz. So it does have a utility belt and a grappling hook. I'll get into it a little bit more later. So yeah, this Buzz has a laser, you can see on the box. It has massive wings. Then the utility belt is actually removable, which is really cool. The way it's removed is a little bit different. I'll get into that also. And of course, if you push the buttons, it activates sounds and phrases. And then at the bottom, it shows some of the other figures that were available at the time. So we have, these are actually all prototypes too. So we have Flight Control Buzz and Strum and Sing and Woody. What's kind of funny is that both of these are actually, they're just the Thinkway Buzz and Woody. This is like the Infinity Edition Buzz, and then that's just a normal Thinkway Woody, but it has a guitar. So the actual figures look quite different from those. And then here are some of the Mega Morpher figures. Those don't look too different from how the final versions look. So yeah, then here's the other side of the box. Same as the other one. And on top, it just has a big Toy Story 2 logo. And on the bottom, it's just pretty much copyright information. Now, surprisingly, I'm not going to be taking this figure out of the box because I actually have two of them. This one I also bought whenever it was new in the box, but this one, his box was already open, so I figured I might as well buy this one. This one, the one in the box behind this one, that one's actually sealed, so that's why I have two of them. I might eventually sell this one because I would rather have one loose, but this one does have the box, so that is pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into the review now. Actually, there's one more thing I wanted to show. So inside the box for this one and the other one, they actually have an instruction manual as well as some coupons that I'd like to show off. So we have an Energizer battery coupon, which is pretty cool. It's obviously expired by now, but pretty interesting. Then we also have something that I think is pretty cool. We have a little coupon for the Toy Story 2 video game, which, by the way, it is a fantastic game. I'd recommend playing it if you haven't. But yeah, that's pretty cool as well. Here's what the back looks like. Then here's the little instruction manual. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. There's nothing too interesting inside, but I figured it would be kind of cool to show it off. So let me move Buzz back here so you can get a better look. So here's what it looks like. It has pretty basic information like how to get to the batteries. It shows how to push away the wings. And it shows some of the other features that we've already seen on the back of the box. And it shows how you reel in the grappling hook cord. You basically it's kind of like how Lego fire hoses work, where you just twist this little knob and it rolls away. And it shows how the belt is removable. And then the back has this information on it. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, this warranty's run out by now. But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. So I figured I would show it off. Alright, so now let's get into the review. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is how this Buzz looks. So this Buzz has a really cool design. He features this really nice metallic blue and metallic silver color scheme with a bit of bits of purple on it. And it's just overall a really cool design. And then he also has the green utility belt and grappling hook. And probably the most interesting thing about him is that his wings and his entire chest piece, they're very different. It's kind of hard to explain it, but it's a lot bulkier. And it's just a lot more, I think it looks pretty cool actually. And here's what the wings look like. It features this really interesting design on the back, which has what almost kind of look like missiles. And the back looks similar to the normal Buzz, but just has a few interesting differences. And the wings almost look like they're already extended, but you can actually make them go even bigger. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. So the wings on this Buzz are pretty big. I'll go ahead and show you from the front. So the wings are about as big as like the modern Buzz Lightyears, like the Disney Store or like the Toy Story 3 Thinkway Buzz Lightyears. So the wings are pretty ahead of their time, and they also do look really cool. So now I'll go ahead and show you this Buzz Lightyear's electronic features. So here's what his laser sounds like. It's a pretty basic sound. Mattel used that sound on their other Buzz Lightyears. And now I'll go ahead and show you his phrases. Unfortunately though, he only has 3 phrases, but I'll still show them off anyway.
I'm awake from hypersleep and ready for action. Prepare for battle, Space Ranger. It's Emperor Zurg. That's a Zergatronic ion blaster. Take cover.
So yeah, those are all of his phrases. I'm not sure if this is a problem with my figure specifically or if they're all like this. The speaker on my figure is a little bit quieter than it's supposed to be. So I'm not sure if it's like that on all of them or if it's just mine. So yeah. Another thing I'd like to show off is his utility belt. So there were only a couple of Buzz Lightyears that were made that have removable utility belts, and this is one of them. The utility belt is kind of interesting. It's a very weird design. One thing that's I think is kind of interesting, it's actually asymmetrical. Whenever it's in the center, this emblem is actually off a little bit, which kind of annoys me, but that's just how they made it. And on the back, we have a removable grappling hook, and then we have the entire string inside of there. And you can actually remove the belt, and it's kind of hard to do, but I'll see if I can get it off. My trick is to just turn the torso, and it usually pops out. Alright, so I'll put Buzz down for a second because he's kind of heavy. So here's what the utility belt looks like. So it's different from the box because on the box, it seems like it pegs in kind of like this. But on the actual toy, it pegs in sideways like this. So yeah. Also, I didn't say this before, the emblem is actually a sticker. So yeah, the belt's pretty nice. It actually has a hinge on the back so you can get it off a bit easier. Now on the back we have the grappling hook, which is removable. And it has a long line of string right here, very long. It's probably about 1.5 feet length of string. Then the grappling hook looks like this, and you can move these little things around. Basically do whatever you want with it. You can put it in Buzz's hand, but it's kind of hard to get it to stay in there. I just kind of prefer to leave it on the back of the belt because it looks pretty cool on the back of the belt. And also, I want to show this off. You can also remove this part too. So if you ever find one of these online, just be aware that these parts can be removed and can get lost. So yeah, and then to reel it back in, this will take a minute, but you just spin this around and then the string will wind back up. So it looks pretty nice once it's all put away. And then to put it back on Buzz, it's kind of tricky to get it on there, but the belt sits in between this part, so it sits on the black part. So get it kind of like that, and then line it up, and it'll snap back together, like that. So yeah, the belt is pretty cool. It has a lot of play value to it. So yeah, it's pretty cool overall. Alright, so the last thing I'll go ahead and show off is his posability. So, his head can rotate. Can only rotate about halfway around. And then his arms can move up and down at the shoulder, and in and out in the elbow. Then his hands rotate. His fingers can move, and the pointer finger can be moved individually. And then his arms can also rotate up and down. They can go that far around and this far down. It fixes grappling hook. And then his waist rotates all the way around. And his legs can swing out. His knees can bend. Unfortunately, on these Mattel Buzz Lightyears, their knees are always a little bit loose. So it's kind of hard to get them standing upright. But it's not too bad. And his ankles can move. So overall, what are my thoughts on this Buzz? I really like it. In some ways, it is a bit too basic for my liking, but overall, I think this Buzz looks really cool. I really like the wings and how that looks. I like the way that the chest piece looks. Overall, it's a really cool Buzz. I like the utility belt and I like the grappling hook. Really, my only complaint is the phrases and maybe the laser. But otherwise, I think this is a pretty great Buzz. What's nice about it is that if you want to buy this Buzz, it's actually very cheap. But unfortunately, most of these are going to be missing the utility belt. And even if they have the utility belt is going to be missing the grappling hook. So if you can get it with all of the accessories, I would highly recommend it. But even without the accessories, I would probably still recommend it. I think this would be a really good Buzz to get started with collecting Buzz Lightyears. You know, get it without the utility belt, but it's still a really cool figure. Or with the utility belt, it's whatever you want. But overall, yeah, I would recommend this Buzz. It's also great from a historical sense as well, because like I said earlier, this Buzz is based off of that concept, which I really think is cool. So yeah, overall, I really like this Buzz. Let me know what you guys think of this Buzz. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.